The last shall be first. Introduction. The backdrop of this paper is that November is Anti-Violence Against Women Month. This is part of Justin Trudeau's 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Femicide in Canada is a serious issue, with one woman or girl killed every other day. The wearing of purple draws attention to this. I have used Leoba's dream of purple thread in this paper, as well as Lydia's dyeing and selling of purple fabric, as metaphors for the value of women and the understated violence against them, regarding their writing practice as well. Violence is on a continuum. It can come in the form of microaggression, all the way to its final form of murder. I mentioned my curiosity about the writings of women in history. And as I began to read, I also started to have nightmares, especially with the martyrs, Perpetua and Felicitas. For my one of my practicums in seminary, I did some workshops with When Love Hurts for 3 years. And I developed the Shell Seekers Art and Soul workshops, bringing together what I had learned at art school and also in seminary. I will be using the methodology of autoethnography with case studies, literature review, and some analysis. The workshops, the Shell Seekers Art and Soul workshops, which I have given for the last 14 years, began in a Christian bookstore, and then they became supported by my church pastor for 3 years. In the When Love Hurts group, many of the women were Christians. In my reading, I came across a gap in the training for seminary students. They do okay, apparently, with theory, but are lacking praxis in learning and formation in the training. And also I mentioned the transformative power of writing one's own story. So the monographs are done with Mary of Nazareth, the last person that Protestants think of, about Lydia, Perpetua and Felicitas, Leoba, Julian, St. Margaret of Scotland, and Lee Miracle. In the analysis, I mention things about the act of teaching informally. I look at the life writing that I've done with the North Shore Artists Guild artists, and weaving the purple thread of truth, using creative writing as a tool for transformation. I mentioned Patricia Cranton's 9 aspects of learning for social change, bronchema and the process of process over product in writing as a spiritual practice. Rebecca Chop and feminists bringing new hope to the church through new practices, and my own artist in residency for 6 months at a local church. Suzanne Coyle, and categories of questions to ask to foster resilience and agency and hope are mentioned, as well as David Fitch on transformative practices for reconciliation in the church. For further research, I mention the unhappiness of nuns and leading to possible abuse in Native residential schools. And I offer a call for holiness. Conclusion, I talk about Jesus the Word as the embodiment of writing and the eventual judge of all. Our own purple thread of writing and connection to writings of women in history can be for future research too. I'm asking for the purple thread of transformation for our own practice. And as I began with Mary of Nazareth, I also end with Mary's song.